just
Yeah,
to almost close it out, we are going to touch on something in our local game in SA. So, Idiski Times reported that Leopards will be back. So it says here, just a few days after their relegation from the Motsepe Foundation Championship was confirmed, Black
yeah.
Leopards have brought the status of All Stars FC. Story by at Makonko under dash M at Idiski Times. So, for context, in South African football, if you get relegated from the DSTV Premiership, which is the first division, and you're like, and you as an owner decide, I don't want to spend a year in the second division, and then you can decide, okay, Pirates are still in the first division. I'm gonna buy their DSTV Premiership status. That way, the relegated team can go into the first division, even though they were relegated. We've seen this happen when Cape Town City bought the status of Mpumalanga Black Aces, or when Royal AM under Mamkize bought the status of Bloom Celtic. So, what Leopards have done isn't anything new.
Yeah.
But I think this isn't good for the not for what was I gonna say?
Competitiveness.
I wouldn't even say competitiveness really. I would say if you want for our football and our leagues to be taken seriously, you can't be having a situation where somebody can buy the status of another team, because then what's the point of playing in that league when, okay, I'll just buy a status?
Mm,
I think a better way to describe it is that the value of the competition becomes basically worthless, for lack of a better word. And don't get me wrong, if I'm in that position where I can buy a status to play in the DSTV Premiership, if the system allows me, I'm going to take advantage. But this is something we'll cover in a later episode where we go over how we want to improve the PSL and the lower divisions. One thing we should do is scrap buying statuses for me.
yeah.
Although, I will say, if I was in the position, I would buy the status.
No, that's for sure, man. The reason why I hate this move is because, man, what's the point of being competitive in this league if you can just buy your way into success? I hate the fact that we allow this in South African football, because now you have a case where now the football team don't want to work hard on really strengthening the structures of the team in order to be successful. They don't wanna earn things off of merit. They just wanna buy their way. And I hate this approach. I don't know why it's allowed in our league, because anyone could come, because we have a lot of rich people in Africa. So anyone can come with their teams and just buy status. And I believe that they bought. I believe Black Leopards bought this team for 12 million rand. They were holding out on the payment initially. They had the 9 million rand rejected by All Stars. That was the first bid, and then they increased it to 12 million. I just feel like this shouldn't be allowed in our local league. Teams should work hard to stay in the league. Teams should work hard to get promoted. And it's not good for the fans also, because now the fans the fans aren't really gonna be there as well because it just looks like a money laundering scheme to me, man. If I'm being honest with you, but I could be very wrong. But that's a debate for another day.
To be honest, I think when it comes to fans, it really depends on which status you buy because with this story, I don't think it's gonna cause the type of anger and furore because it's All Stars FC, a team that we don't know much about. But Black Leopards has been a
We know
team
what
that
we
we've
know.
known for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing a lot of anger and fury when Cape Town City bought the status of Mpumalanga Black Aces. Although I will say, when Royal AM bought Bloem Celtic status, there was hell.
for
Those
sure,
fans wanted to burn Bloemfontein down to the ground.
for
So I
sure, man.
also think that fans, it really depends on the fan base of the particular club. Like, for instance, I think if someone were to try and come and buy the status of the big three, that's Pirates, Sundowns,
Sundowns.
and Chiefs, there would be hell. Like,
Yeah,
Joburg would burn to the ground. The the management of those clubs, especially Chiefs and Pirates, would
for
have to
sure.
leave the country because their fans would want blood. I know I'm exaggerating here, but Chiefs and Pirates are very loved clubs. But I think it's really also about the system and the culture you set. And you are right about the competitiveness. I don't really agree with the fans thing because aside from a few clubs like the Big Three and Supersport and Celtic that are back now, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say there's really a strong fan culture among PSL teams because
nah, for sure.
you never really see huge crowds unless it's Soweto Derby.
Or
I mean,
Sundowns.
whenever I watch a sorry.
Or Sundowns.
With Sundowns, there are a good amount of fans, but what disappoints me with Sundowns is that when there's a Tswane derby, there's never really been that sort of. I've never seen a game where I'm like, wow, this is a great atmosphere. I see better atmospheres when they're playing Chiefs or Pirates or playing some team in the CAF Champions League.
Yeah.
But overall, I do agree with you. This thing should be scrapped. I think that's one way of improving our local game.